Okay, so we're starting the new topic of recursion and financial maths. As I said, this is a topic that you'll do next year in Year 12. And it's what recursion is a type of mathematical language where we write it out in a certain way when we have like formulas and things. So recursion it means how we get the next term using like the one before. So we start talking with this recursion language but using financial problems. So we're going to be doing things like compound interest, simple interest and things like that. Okay, so it combines it, and that's why. So we're doing financial maths with this, using this different like language to explain the terms and stuff. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at, this is the basics, this is the beginning of like talking about recursion. So when we have a sequence, so if we have a sequence, it's a list of numbers, and that means they're in succession or they're in an order. Okay, and we call each number a term. So say for if I wrote down this sequence here. So can you see? So what I would be calling this would be like term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, term 5, and so on. Okay, so that's like a sequence. And you can see, what am I doing to get the next one? I am adding 2. So with a sequence, there'll be some type of rule, you might call it a rule or a formula, that we're doing to the previous term to get the next one. And you're right, what we were doing, we were adding, in this case, we were adding 2. Okay? So we could say, so that's what we're going to look at. We're going to say, right, we'll give you a formula to say we've got a sequence happening and you get the next term by doing this. So here you do this next example. It says write down the first 5 terms of a sequence with the starting value of 6. So your starting value is 6, and then the rule is to add 4 to each term. So what would the next one be? I've got 6, then we've got 10, then we've got 14. Now they want the first 5 terms. So if you look, I'm up to T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. So we'll keep going. We're adding 4, so we get up to 18, and then we get 22. Yeah? So we can see that this rule was we were adding 4 to the previous term. So when we say that, so you'll often hear them saying that the previous term, the one before, is used, and then we add 4 to get the next one. Okay, so it's really pretty easy. This is what we're just looking at, how we create patterns. And in the long term, when we get to the end of this chapter, we're going to see that when we're calculating, say we've got a bank account and we're calculating simple interest, we're creating a sequence of things as well. We start off with our original amount and we're gaining interest at a regular basis. So that's how it looks like terms, and we're getting a term 1, term 2 and things like that. So that's how it all combined in. But at the moment, we're just getting used to having a sequence and seeing that we get this rule. So the next example, it says write down the first 5 terms of a sequence with a starting value of 5, and the rule is we're going to double the number and then subtract 3. So double the number, if I wrote that out in mathematical terms, what do we do when we double the number? Times it by 2, and then we're going to subtract by 5. So this is what we're going to do. So what would my next one be? Times 5 by 2, which would be 10 minus 5 would be? Oh, sorry, yeah, true. Minus 3, sorry. And so we get the next one is 7. So just maybe write down here what you did. You did 5 times 2 equaled 10, then you minus 3, and we got 7. So what would the next one be? 7 times 2 is 14 minus 3, 11. What about the next ones? 11 times 2 is 22, minus 3 is 19. And one more to get 5. Times 2 would be 38, minus 3 is 35. Good. So just double check you got T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. Okay, so there's our 5 terms. So with sequences, our calculator can actually create these, and we can do them quite quickly and easily using our graphics calculator. So I'm going to get you out in a minute to have a go, but let's just go through what happens. So it says use your calculator to generate the first 5 terms of a sequence with a starting value of 5, and the rule is double and subtract 3, which was what we just did. So that we can check that we're doing it right on our calculator, we've done the same one. So what you do in your calculator is you type the first term, so you can see I've typed it, and you press enter and it'll come up over here. Then the next thing is when you want to times this by 2 and subtract 3. So after you press enter, if you actually press times 2 straight away then, and then minus 3, you'll see that it says answer first. And that's good, because what it's saying, do you want to use this previous one and do that? And you go, yes. So when it says answer, you press times 2 minus 3, and it'll put the next one there. Then, once you've told the calculator what you're doing, you only have to keep pressing enter, and it will keep doing that rule. So let's go give it a go on our calculators.